years, State Farm has been telling us all what a great neighbor they are.
Well, I try to treat them exactly the same way that I would like to be treated, so that when they leave my office, they feel, hey, this guy took care of me.
So let's go see one of our great neighbors, shall we?
Mr. Sherlock, how are you? I'm Wayne Dolcefino.
Meet Greg Sherlock, State Farm agent up in the Woodlands. And boy, he's happy to see us.
First off, I'm not going to be recorded today, okay?
But the camera will keep rolling because Mr. Sherlock owes an explanation to this guy.
When you see a State Farm commercial now,
I laugh. Their jingle, their marketing, we care about you, we want to be with you, let us be your neighbor, you know.
Brian Flores has a right to be angry. Flores buried the love of his life back in October of 2017. His marriage to Nathan Foyle ended after less than 2 years.
Nathan was a wonderful, brilliant man, very kind, soul of gold. Probably one of the kindest persons I've ever known. Fell in love with him because of that. Just a really nice man.
you miss him terribly.
I do miss him a lot.
And it all ended so quickly, a matter of days.
I was awakened maybe 1:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, hearing a loud crash. I jumped out of bed and ran down the hallway to the master bath and saw Nathan had slipped.
Nathan seemed fine that night, but the next day he was so confused that Brian rushed him to the emergency room and he called State Farm Insurance for help.
And I found out that he had missed a payment on his insurance.
Just one payment. But the folks at Greg Sherlock's State Farm office said, no problem. How do we know? Take a look at the email. Quoting, to get the policy current, $266.25 is what needs to be paid. This offer is good for 2 weeks from today.
And no one told you there's an issue after that, right?
No, not at all.
Days later, Nathan died. He had been bleeding in his brain. He was just 33. Nathan had a $1 million life insurance policy with State Farm and had been a customer for years. After all, the company always boasts about its relationship with the LGBTQ community. Quoting, we work to ensure all communities are valued and treated with respect and dignity.
You called them and you said, my spouse has died.
Yes.
And the first question they ask you is,
What's her name? That bothered me. And after that comment, I would wait a week, I'd wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. This went on month after month after month.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
My frustration was, I'm dealing with this life-changing event, and I don't even get the support from you.
Brian Flores was obviously still grieving when State Farm finally got around to deciding if they would honor his late husband's insurance policy. You know how long it took him to say no? 7 months. You gotta love insurance companies.
I'm sorry, we've denied your claim, period.
And how did they communicate? By letter, denying insurance coverage. 2 weeks after that, Brian Flores got a refund check for that $266. That kind of class earns a visit to the guy who made money selling the insurance policy in the first place.
State Farm Legal is handling this.
They won't talk to me. You're the agent. You're the one that sold them the policy. Don't you think you have an obligation to explain what happened here?
The lawyers are figuring this out, okay? It has nothing to do with me. It truly doesn't.
Well, his partner thinks it's because he's gay.
That's unfortunate.
Because that's not really the reputation State Farm puts out there.
Look, I can't answer any questions, okay? I really can't. It's up to State Farm Life Insurance Company.
But look at the sign outside Sherlock's building on the North Freeway. The State Farm logo is bigger than his name. And that logo is clearly being now tarnished by allegations of discrimination.
You know, you put your trust in this company because they support your community, and then you don't get the support that you expected up front to get from them. They didn't want to deal with me. They didn't want to process my claim, possibly because I was gay.
Brian Flores is now suing State Farm, and the insurance company is hiding emails that lawyer Andrew Kobos wants to see.
You believe that there may be a chance that they're hiding something, that somebody said something in an email about his sexual orientation that they really don't want you to see.
I think so. I think that there are some emails that are incredibly troubling emails.
I've been instructed, the attorneys for State Farm Life Insurance Company are handling this. That's all I can tell you.
It appears that there is discrimination going on based on my client's sexual orientation.
Does it matter that they're gay?
The attorneys will handle things.
Okay, well, they're not. Want to give you a chance.
And I, quite frankly, can't believe that here we are in 2020, and we're having to go to litigation over the most basic, common sense disputes.
I will also contact the attorney if any of that is aired, okay? Because you did not have my permission.
Don't need your permission.
You did not have my permission.
Okay, go ahead. Contact your attorneys. See you later.
Brian Flores deserves a whole lot more.
And I don't want anybody else to have to go through what I went through.